High-powered, globe-trotting executive and mother of two, Tara Grant is gone.
Where they lived, people did not just poof, go away.
Her husband, Stephen Grant, says after they argued one night, she left their suburban Detroit home and flew back early to her job in Puerto Rico. And he's been trying hard to find her for 5 days.
I think you owe me and your kids, at least you owe us a little bit of an explanation. Call me. Just call and let me know what the hell's going on.
Macomb County Sheriff's Detective Sergeant Pam McLean and her partner, Detective Brian Kozlowski, almost immediately believe something's amiss.
When we first got to the house, Stephen's very nervous. He was very fidgety. He was trying to be overly cooperative. And the more questions we started asking him, the more nervous he became.
But being nervous doesn't make someone guilty. And Tara is just missing. So detectives also look at others, wondering if another lover is connected to her disappearance. Or what about the nanny? The couple had been getting close in the days leading up to Tara's vanishing.
Their relationship had began approximately 4 to 6 weeks prior to Tara's disappearance, and it was escalating quickly.
The children were home sleeping the night their mother disappeared, but Verena was out. As the investigation continues, detectives are watching Stephen.
We set up surveillance on him. We knew that something wasn't right, and we believed that he had something to do with it.
In the meantime, Stephen is busy playing the distraught husband.
I hope Tara walks in that door right there.
Becoming a regular on the evening news.
If not, I hope my cell phone has 10 messages from her when I walk back into the room.
Are people buying it?
Please, call anybody. Call the police. Call me. Call my in-laws. Call someone. If you see her, tell me. Please.
It was an Oscar-worthy performance. This is a guy who is now the star of the Stephen Grant show. Poor me.
Detectives are watching and closing in, chipping away at Stephen's implausible story.
We found out that she wasn't back in Puerto Rico. We had checked all the airlines. We knew her passport had not been used. We knew her credit card had not been used. And the cell phone records showed when her last call was made.
Then investigators catch a break when a woman walking through a local park sees a baggie tucked into a tree filled with some questionable items.
Gloves, the metal shavings, and blood that we later learned that it was in fact Tara's blood.
A bombshell. Police arranged to have the rest of the park searched, at the same time staying on Stephen.
At this point in time, Stephen had become somewhat uncooperative with us. All of our questions we had or anything had to go directly through an attorney. He had refused to take a polygraph for us. We had later learned that he had taken a private polygraph and that it came back as inconclusive.
3 weeks after Tara went missing, detectives get a search warrant for the Grant house. A knock at the door brings a team of investigators.
He was there in the beginning of the search when we got there.
Then Stephen asks if he can take the dog for a walk.
He was then free to leave. He was not being detained by us at that time.
As Stephen walks out of the house and into the cold winter night, the case takes a gruesome turn.
We were all standing in the garage, and my partner noticed this bin, and it looked a little out of place. And he opened it up, and he could see that there was a lot of plastic in there, and he kind of poked at it, and he could feel a little give. And he's like, that does not feel right.
Detectives cut open the plastic. What they find will sicken the most seasoned of investigators.
Inside the bag were the clothed remains of Tara Grant, at least part of her. Her torso, from the neck to the top of her thighs, face up. She had on her bra, panties, and part of the slacks that she had been wearing. Tara Grant was dead, and part of her was in her own garage.
My first thought or feeling was, we got him.
But did Stephen act alone? Coming up, where's the rest of Tara? And where's Stephen?
The FBI is swarming the state, setting up a dragnet, a full-on search for him.
And he buys a gun. Is he going out in a blaze of glory?
He knew he wasn't going to win.